everyone.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday.
So glad to be here, to have everyone here with us.
I hope we all have our drink of choice.
Yes. Drink
Jana!
of choice.
Our drink of choice. I think we should start with a cheers
to everyone. This is water.
Welcome to, I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we're the Wellness Warriors. And welcome to the Beachside Chat, our new Sunday night chat for the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
We thought, oh, who needs a fireside chat right now? I want some sun. I want some heat.
Well, so last year we always had these words of the week, and we thought that was too restrictive. So this year we just said, we'll just have a beachside chat
let's
instead.
just talk by the beach.
Yeah.
That's a little risque, I think. I should be careful with how I say that.
You say that. Yeah, for sure. So we have a lot of fun tonight. We just shared our mail in Zoom, but we wanted to talk about these letters that we got. We discovered the culprits, the people who've been sending
our lovely assistants, Kim and
Rosie, have been sending us these beautiful letters that we couldn't. We actually never figured it out until like
2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago. So.
It was quite interesting. They sent us some very complicated letters. We had no clue. Apparently, Jean-Luc and Nick are not good at puzzles.
We're not that smart. We're not smarter than a fifth grader.
I can read a card, but I can't figure out a clue. So do not put me in an escape room, I'm assuming.
And Jana. Hi, Jana.
Hi. I don't think I could wear the hat all night.
I could do it.
Yeah. Well, he took off the sunglasses.
I didn't even put them on because they would fall off. They don't fit.
Yeah.
They don't fit.
Yeah,
how's it going? Not the same without the crashing waves and.
It's no. One day we will be by the real crashing waves.
We're meeting with Carlson Wagon this week. Hint. February 2022. Yeah, we're working on that this week as well. So, hi, Jana. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. It's been a really whirlwind week, and thanks everyone for all the love and support that you've given me over the past, 10 days. It's been fun, and I look forward to tonight and co-hosting.
Oh, we're so glad that you're here with us. And you know what? We are so... Especially, for those of you who don't know Jana is from Winnipeg, and she's one of the amazing WW coaches that we've gotten to meet throughout this pandemic, actually. Yep. And if it wasn't for this pandemic, we would never have met Jana. And actually, we would have met all of
in this room tonight. So.
But I mean, it's so funny how we've become very close with Jana being a coach. And when we knew right away when we started this series that we would love for other people to know about Jana's story.
Yeah, so last Saturday, Jana's interview came out. So if you go on our YouTube channel and look for Have You Met Jana, you can actually hear her full story, what she went through in more detail. Tonight is more of a catch-up with Jana. So we're going to still ask you to give a bit, introduce yourself to everyone, a quick spiel, but, let's have you introduce
Can I just ask for a quick, there's been a request and I can't figure out how to do it. They would like closed captioning on.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. I totally forgot. So there we go, everyone. It's now on. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, Rosie.
Okay. Go ahead, Jana. Okay, well, I'm Jana Wood. I am a WW coach, lifetime member first, though, of course, and I've been with WW as coaching for the last almost 3 years. Really love this job. It's actually the most rewarding job I've ever had, and I love helping people. And I lost a significant amount of weight this last rodeo. It wasn't my first time, and we'll go into that probably a little bit, but I lost 127 and now it's a 0.6.
Yeah, look at that.
7.6 pounds. So it just goes to show you that, we maintain and that, but the journey continues. It never ends.
Love it. I love hearing, and not just that, you have something in common with me that we will get into tonight, because our word tonight, our word of the week for your water drinking, everyone, is the word body. Body. Because tonight we want to touch upon one of the topics that came out of your chat with us, and you shared more with it on our Facebook group this week, was about your surgery and about what you went through and what the decision you went through to get to this. And I love how you shared in our group this week. And I love how you shared that she sent us a message saying, I want to share about my surgery in the group. Is that okay? And we said, yeah, go ahead. Like people will want to know this stuff. So please share.
You feel comfortable enough doing so, please, because we need to understand these perspectives. A lot of people are curious about it and never really get to talk to someone who's gone through it.
So we'll talk about that. We'll definitely touch on that tonight for sure. So first, I wanted to talk about the word of the week, and I also want to talk about our weigh-ins this weekend, because Yes, as you guys saw earlier today, it came out. I gained 6.7 pounds. Yes, I won the competition. No,
And
No.
I was up 3.1 pounds.
Yeah. And a lot of we always get comments when these weekends happen. People always like, "Oh, how come you guys are doing this? How come you're okay with your weight gain?" And we want to just talk to you guys about the way we work our program, the way we work our journey, because again, everybody's journey is different. You have to learn what works for you. Jean-Luc and Nick can't go through holidays, birthdays, tracking. We've told you guys this. We don't like to track. It's something that for us is one of the things we don't like. So when we have these days where we want to indulge, we instead just plan our indulgences for that time. We make sure that what we plan to eat will last only that time frame. We don't go free for all and buy tons of stuff.
This time was the best one we've ever done.
We had nothing
guys.
left.
From Christmas to my birthday to this time, it's like we've honed it in, and I even think next time it'll be different again.
Yeah.
It will be different. Because what do we always say? We're always learning on the journey.
The other comment that we got a lot of is, "Oh, I can't believe you still weighed in and you ate all that on Friday. Why would you do that? Like, why would you not skip it?"
Why wouldn't we?
The scale does not drive my journey anymore. I'm not going to stop myself on my actual birthday from enjoying myself and then having food because I'm weighing in on Saturday. I used to do this.
We did this
years
all the time.
Yes.
On Fridays we had to be extremely good. On Fridays we had to make sure we drank all our water. On Saturday mornings we had to make sure we had
no
a
breakfast.
workout in. We did not eat breakfast, and then we'd go weigh in after. And that just wasn't normal.
Which I'm sure a lot of people still do
we
out
still
there.
do, and we're not
if you're-
judging people
If you're
for
doing
that.
it, that's fine. But what we're saying is for us, it became unhealthy. And so we stopped obsessing about the actual weigh-in day because you know what's going to happen? I might have gained 6.7 because I ate so much Friday. By the end of this week, I might lose part of that 6.7 already because I was so high when I went on my first weigh-in after I ate all those snacks. It might be higher than that. I don't know. But what I'm saying is for me, I'm not going to stop myself from celebrating my birthday on the day it's actually happening because I'm weighing in the next day.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure everybody understood why we do this and how it works for us. You know, we're very different than everyone else.
And I know even Jana, you weigh in, and
And you had an issue with the scale at one point.
at one point you were talking about it in the interview that you had an issue with the scale. So what is your idea of weighing in and having that concept?
Well, that scale used to drive my emotions, and I realized it. And there's times, and even now, like periods of time when COVID first hit and the studios closed, I couldn't go and weigh in there. So I started weighing in at home like everybody else. But I noticed then when I ran into a tough spell, I started daily weighing. When I was off WW, I daily weighed, and that was set as a cue to it was a negative cue. If I got on the scale and it would impact my decisions for food. If I was down, I would say, "Oh, I can have that extra treat here or there," and then. But if I didn't know what the scale read that day, I probably wouldn't have had that treat. Just knowing that in the back of my head, and it's important. A lot of people are not affected by the scale at all. They use it as data, and you know what? That's great. But if it's affecting you mentally and good or bad, it's not right. So, and there's just so many other things you can measure your success by. You don't have to daily measure your success by the scale.
And I like that you said that, good or bad. Like there's some amazing data that we collect from that machine, but yet at the same time we put too much emphasis on it at times.
I just remembered. Look at what I have on my wrist. Honey, show yours.
Mine's on the same one.
We have our Fitbits, everyone. We actually have Fitbits now, as well as our Apple Watches. I just thought of it. It just came to my mind. That was
Does that mean you guys are double dipping into your activity points?
No, this one's not connected.
This one's not connected to the Weight Watchers app.
This one.
Okay. Thank you for.
Yes,
we're being honest. I swear.
This really. I was supposed to get one, right? Only me last Sunday's show. I said I was gonna get one, but Jean-Luc,
I'm not lying. I said I was
missing out.
I'm the homo with FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a fear of missing out. He had to get a Fitbit as well. So we both have one now. It's cool because it's different than the other one. So it's weird to be both.
No, you know what? It's interesting to see. You know what I'm enjoying about it is you could see like the type of person who would like certain devices, right? Like every device is that's why there are so many different devices, and it applies to the whole program again that we're all so different that we're not all gonna like the same. We're not going to be able to do the same thing to get the same goal, but we're all trying to get the same goal, which is being healthy.
Yep.
Right. And I love the whole concept that there's devices out there for everyone. There's a color for
Because
everybody.
Jana is also an Apple Watcher, because I know she does the Apple Watch challenges with us. And if anybody's looking for any challenges, you can join our Facebook group. We'll share the link at the end of the show. And in there, we actually have challenges happening in the announcements. Just go look in there to see any of the Fitbit challenges, the Apple Watches, Samsung, Garmin. So any of those devices, there's challenges going on in our group right now.
So let's get some celebrations out there.
Yeah,
let's
get
talk
some
about
celebrations.
some people's your week. What happened this week to some people?
Start sharing in chat, and we'll read it in a bit. So we'll have Jana help us share some of these wonderful celebrations.
Oh, I always turn my chat off. I can turn it on. Shoot. The chat is hard. Like when I'm coaching, I don't like to have it come up because it's like, oh, squirrel. You know?
We're used to it. We have like 4 chats going at the same time. So
But I can imagine when you're coaching how distracting the chat can be because you're sitting there trying to talk. So you're like in the middle of a sentence and then someone pulls something up in front of you and you're
we have a trick. It's called Jean-Luc is reading while I'm talking. And then while he's talking, I'm reading and catching stuff. We've learned how to do this now. That's why we double.
Okay, well, I turned it on. I'm ready.
Awesome. So someone, Lisa H lost 4.8.
I have Sharon here on Facebook that was down.
Sharon who sent us cards.
Yes,
hi Sharon.
2 weeks. She's down 2 weeks in a row, which is fantastic.
Michelle M. in Hamilton won the Fitbit challenge.
Woo!
14,000 steps one day and down 3 pounds today for 100 pounds. Way to
That's
go,
amazing,
Michelle.
Michelle. Monique, 27.6 total. Indoor cycling for Jana Gilliam.
I know someone in our group, I believe it was Terry Lynn. She only, I shouldn't say that, 40,000 steps yesterday with the dance party.
Yeah.
40,000 steps
She
in
shook
a
her
day.
group. Well, it was a 2-hour
I
dance
was like,
party.
what?
So,
I'm
That's
happy if I
possible.
get 15.
you know what? I've been thinking about this idea of creating a step dance-a-thon challenge thing where we all get together in the Zoom room and dance, but we try to get steps to reach a goal. I don't know how to do it.
We
but
should make it into like a fundraiser.
That's what I was,
of some
that's what
kind.
I was thinking. Yeah. Sorry,
Make it into a
I
fundraiser.
digress.
Couple more. Arlene jogging inside instead of power walking and has back down 95 pounds released, which is great. And
Carol's down 0.2 and happy.
body stayed the same in a very sad week, so I would call that a win. Good.
Yeah, Dee said she switched from blue to purple. That's awesome. I love hearing just what you guys did this week. Like we say, anything that you guys do. Rowena on YouTube just said 176,000 steps and down 1.8.
Marion has 75 activity points last week.
Alexandra
Amazing.
Hughes down 7.3 on YouTube.
Wow.
You guys are amazing, everyone.
Leslie's down 3 pounds. Bernice is down 3 pounds. Way to go, girls.
Good job, everyone. Keep sharing in chat. We won't read all of them, but keep sharing because you know what? Others are reading it, and you need to celebrate your accomplishments. The fact that you're writing them down is you're actually sitting down and realizing what you did well this week and what you feel good as. And sometimes putting it down and writing it down on paper or writing it down in a chat box makes you realize what you went through this week.
Yeah.
So,
and not only that, when you vocalize something and actually put it out in the universe, you're allowing yourself to be proud of it. You're allowing yourself to be proud of it. When you keep it inside, you're not. You recognizing your own success is the best feeling you should ever want to feel. Is recognizing your own success.
Yeah, and you guys have talked about it too. Like when you're proud of something and it's a success for you, it's important to don't wait to celebrate that success. Don't wait till you hit 50 pounds. If you're down 43 and a half and you're proud of that, share it. It's fantastic. It's motivating for everybody.
It
Definitely.
is.
Everybody.
Look at you. Look at you.
delicious water.
I'm a coach, guys. You're in
Mine's
for
pretty
it
good.
tonight.
You are so in for it tonight. And I love it. I love it.
too. So one thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that this is my last week at my job. I did want to touch on that this week because I did announce last week that I'm leaving my job at TD. So this is my last week. I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. And then we also have another announcement to share at the same time. So Jean-Luc and I are actually taking a hiatus from workshop visits after next weekend. We are taking a summer break.
Meaning scheduled workshop visits.
We might pop in randomly at workshops whenever we feel because we still love going to them. We're just not going to schedule them. we don't know what our summer is going to be like. Things are opening back up. We want to see our friends and family, and so we don't want to say that we're going to come on a Saturday and have a friend say, "Oh, I wanted to see you Saturday." Like, oh, damn it, we already scheduled something. So I hope you guys understand. Our Sunday night shows are not going away. So if you want to see us, just come see us on Sunday, and we're always going to be here to chat around. So I just want to make sure to make that announcement now, and so that people know.
Awesome. And then what else was it? I lost my.
Did you want to talk about the
out of edge? So really cool thing, Jana. We were at a workshop, and a lady, one of the members said, "Oh, I'm out of edging," and I'm like,
"Out of edging?
You're out of edging?
Is that a new
what
medicine?
What is out of edging?"
It sounds like Lucille.
It sounds
Lucy,
like
I love Lucy.
When she's taking the cough syrup, exactly.
Syrup, yeah.
But she's like, "I'm out of edging," and I was like, so then she explained it. She goes, "I'm adding vegetables to every single one of my meals."
She adds an extra vegetable.
So she adds a veg, and I love how she created a fun little name to it in order to make her feel like she's doing something different. And just, you know what I mean? We talk about having fun on your journey. And so by just doing that whole add a veg, she created a reaction from other people. It created a reaction in me going, wow, that's a cool way to make me remember to do something. So thinking of little games to play with the vocabulary you're using, or something to remind you to do something.
We always say, make it fun.
Make it fun.
Let's make a good hashtag too.
Yeah,
make it fun. It's true though. It's like that's the thing that makes this sustainable for us. If this was not enjoyable, do you think I'd want to, eat the foods I want to have at lunch? Like, no, I'd go back to what I used to do back in the day, because those foods are still delicious. Like, of course. And I just think that's what's, and I think you too, Jana, you do the kind of same thing. I see your workouts, I see your videos on TikTok sharing, like your workouts, all the stuff you're doing. And I know for you make it fun as well. Your activity is definitely one of your biggest things that you're creative with.
Very strong pillar for me, probably my strongest. And but a lot of people know that I've changed my workout routine this year, and I can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, please.
For sure.
I used to do a lot. I used to go to the gym. I used to do high intensity workouts, heavy weights, and I did that for 2.5 years. Very successful. Loved every minute of it. But the pandemic hit, and the gyms closed, and you had to work out at home. And I found out that, and I also suffered a very major shoulder injury in the fall, and it set me back. I couldn't do a lot of the heavy lifting and quickly. That's when I was going to my gym, that's what they concentrated on, was doing it quick, fast, heavy. Let's do it. 30 minutes. And it's great. I love HIIT. I still do cardio HIIT now, but I've taken my resistance training and I've slowed it right down just to make sure that my form and technique does not suffer. And I have lowered my weights drastically to the point now where I used to do like 10, 15, 20. Now I'm doing 3, 5, and 10 as my weights. And that's all I have. And I do it at home, but I post on Instagram and Facebook on the story pages every day. And I do it. It's for me. It's my accountability, because I used to have to go to the gym, make an appointment. And that's what kept me, okay, I've got this appointment. I go to the gym every morning. So I knew that I needed that structure and routine. So the way I built it for myself, I put it into Instagram, and I started posting every morning, and I just say, okay, this is what I'm doing for workouts. And once in a while I'll post different things, and when I don't show up, people call me out, and you're going to take a rest day, hard to do that as well. But I get called out a couple times once in a while already, and I've just been doing this since January, I guess. So yeah, I love it. It's fun.
And I love it. I love that you're using the tool to create yourself accountability, because that's what we say we do. Like this Sunday Beachside chat and everything we do on our group and the things we do with all of you. Like, I think the Fitbit challenge is going to help me become more. I'm a competitive person. I'm not competing against him now. I can be competitive all of you instead. I could be all competitive and try to get more steps. So for me, it'll be great. And that's the thing. It's again adapting and using the tools that help you propel you forward. And you're using social media to help propel you forward.
And you said something that was key you said something that really hit a chord with me. And I love that you said, I'm not going to care about how much I can lift. Yeah. I'm caring about how careful I am being so I can lift for a long time.
Yes.
By making sure that my form is there, by making sure that I'm doing it correctly, by making sure that I'm not overdoing it with the weights because I'm showing off by saying, "Oh, look at me." And I know that that's not your mentality,
You're
Jana.
actually inspired me right now because I've always thought of going weights higher. I'm like,
But
no,
no.
I'm already doing with the short weight, like the smaller weights, and I'm already working enough. Why go further? I don't need to be like, I just want nice.
We're
arms.
still even learning at in this journey. We honestly are so proud of ourselves right now because we lowered our calorie burn on our Apple Watches in May, at the beginning of May, on May 4th.
Yes, that's very important, Jean-Luc.
And
Because your goal has to be realistic.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And you know what it was? I think it was the fear of, oh my God, because I changed this number. Again, our obsession with numbers when you are someone who's
obsessed
wanting
with numbers
to lose weight, which is another number, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we were able to do this and we proved to ourselves that, you know what? It's not about the number on there.
It's the ring.
It's the ring. And it doesn't matter if the ring equals 600, 500,
We've
200,
still pushed
100.
ourselves every day that we do. Every day that we do our regular activity used to do back in the day, which was a full 1,000 calories. We've reached that amount every single day. But now the days that we did less, we reach 500 those days always. So we're always getting rings now and making ourselves feel great instead of feeling down on ourselves because we have 2 days a week we can never get our rings.
Yeah. And now I have to say that you guys are actually beating me. So. Not for us.
She's like, darn it.
She's like, go change your rings back. That's awesome, though.
But it's that whole idea, too, of being people, and I think a lot of us we're obsessive compulsive people in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
We either obsess about food, we obsess about activity, we obsess about things. And I think what happens is sometimes we break away from one obsession and we put that obsession onto something else.
Yeah.
And it's now learning how to find that
We
balance.
were gym obsessed. We will be completely honest. We realized now at one point we were
me too. There was lots of days where I would be like 10 o'clock at night and I had to move around.
11:30 on a cruise.
I'm squatting and I'm doing some ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Like, and is that really in the long run gonna make
No, and that's the thing, and that's the sustainability of it. Is like if you create yourself a routine that's not sustainable every day, then the next time you don't get that 2-hour gym time, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I get 2 hours. And you start doubting yourself. Like, can I do this forever? Am I going to gain weight? And that whole cycle of self-doubt starts coming back in. But we've created, every time we create stuff now, it's like, can we create stuff that's an average where we don't have to go crazy, but we at least have to be active every day. We at least have to maybe go for a walk or do something on this day so that we're not just sitting on the couch all day. That's all we try to achieve now. And that's been so much more rewarding than let's aim for 2 hours at the gym every single day.
Yeah. Which isn't attainable every day. It's just not. And that's the one thing, like with activity, everything, you have to find things that you love to do. And if you can't, because that's how you're gonna, the key to all of it, especially with activity, is consistency. Consistency is the key. And you've got to do this every day. And me, by going on Instagram, I'm helping myself, but I'm helping others. They see what it takes to do this.
And you're helping your body as well. I felt we hadn't had a drink of water in a while, so I thought we should take one.
So I did want to talk about the other topic that we touched on earlier this evening about body image. We're going to be drinking a lot for the next while, guys. Just keep your water near your lips. So body image. I have a lot of kindred spirit with Jana because when I first met her, she told us about her surgery of skin removal.
If I'm not mistaken, you had just gotten your surgery had just happened when we met.
No, it was probably the year before. Because when we
met, the year before, 2019. The year before. February of 2019.
I remember because you were posting on Connect. That's why I remember seeing it. Okay, thank you.
So the reason I relate is because I've gone back and forth on the whole skin removal topic. Some days I'm like maybe, some days I'm like no. And I keep teetering all the time because for me, it's I have the same kind of thoughts as Jana. I can't wear certain things. Like I'm lucky this evening because this shirt is tight. But if it was a white shirt, I would not be happy on screen right now because I don't like the way I look up here. I have a lot of extra skin, and so it's something I suffer with. So I want you to talk about that feeling of being in your skin and not loving yourself. Like it just how you felt.
Yeah, it was, well, it started, it started as I was losing. I could see I wasn't I was doing a lot of cardio and walking. So I wasn't doing a lot of strength training during the time from 2017, 2018. I was just focused was to lose weight and then, do the minimum amount of activity I needed to do to make that scale keep moving down. I love cardio. It's something that I've always kind of had in my life. So that wasn't the change. But so when I hit goal and I hit lifetime, I would look. I was very proud of myself. It was the first time in my life I ever saw a weight loss journey to its end, and that was really part of my why, and it was very significant to me, and I was proud. I was proud of that. But then when I would get up in front of the mirror and put on jeans that are you know tight fitting and
Yeah.
Snug.
I would still see the role of skin. And your mind plays silly things to you. And I would look at it as more fat to lose. And
Mm-hmm.
and it was very difficult for me because I was proud of myself. I loved myself, but I didn't love my body that I was left with. Body. So I had to do. I started then to think about, and I wasn't doing any self. I was so busy trying to figure out maintenance, folks. Like it was very difficult for me to figure it out. WW gives us 6 weeks. I needed 4 months. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
enough time for me. I needed way more time to figure that out, and that's okay because everybody's different, right?
Different.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time like figuring out the maintenance. Once I got that down, that was when I thought, okay, I've got this now. I feel good. I feel good in my skin. I feel good in my body. But then I would get that it was summertime then. And I went to go and try on bathing suits, and it was horrifying for me. It felt like again that, when I was 284.8 pounds, and the thought of going shopping was just it was horrible. And to go bathing suit shopping, oh my god, like that, there's nothing worse. And it was freeing to try things on that would fit, but they didn't look good. And so I didn't have the confidence that I had, to get up and do things, go to the beach in a bathing suit, because I'd be worried about, people are looking at my junk in my trunk, and, and they're looking at this, and it was just
Well,
it's a mindset that
well,
I
you went
love it. I
you
didn't like it.
you went from not wanting to go to the beach when you were at your biggest, and then now that you were at somewhere where you finally felt comfortable in your head, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yet you still were scared to go to the beach. So it goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. Sometimes you're
No,
just not going to be
getting
comfortable.
skinny or fit, or it doesn't make you happy, right? So I started exploring the realm of plastic surgery, and there's not a lot of information out there. And I would try to, I've started following a few people here and there. I didn't find any support through the WW Connect group. I tried a couple posts and not much response to them. So I started asking around some of my healthcare friends, and I found my plastic surgeon, and I went and saw him for a consult, and he was awesome. Like he was so great. He said, what don't you like about your body? And what can you know what would make you happy? And he didn't start like I watched a consult on
Yeah.
YouTube, and this doctor, I don't know where he was from, he was drawing, like he had a Sharpie, and he was drawing all over these women, and he's like, I can tuck this, move this up, and I'm like, oh
You
my
Flexion is
gosh,
you
pretty.
that's
say
not
that,
what
and
I.
you say that, and I think of Sex in the City when Samantha went to see the plastic surgeon, and
And it
then
looks
she
like
walked in, and all you hear is the clown music, right?
Yeah, the circus
Yeah,
The
music.
circus music, and it's like that's not a better experience either.
No. So Dr. Mitchell was fantastic, and he listened. He listened to me before he even looked at me or asked me to, let's take a
Yeah.
look. He listened to me for 15 minutes, talk about the different things that I was not happy about, and I was hoping that he could do something. So he was great, and then I went home, and he suggested the abdioplasty, that's called the fleur de lis. And it was because of, we talked about that in the video. I had the appendectomy, but I also have the vertical cut, the
Right.
and I had no idea. I didn't even think about looking at that when I was doing my research, and he's the one who suggested it. So I went home, I did some research on it, discussed it with my husband, my family, and came to the conclusion that, you know, doctors are usually right, and so I had to save a bit of money.
So, question for you now, Jana, is do you? I know you don't regret it, but how do you feel now that it's been done? Like, what has it changed in you? Because I think that's the thing that for me is what's going on in my head right now. I'm like thinking, I'm still 38. I still have many years ahead of me where and so I keep going, like, do I go get this thing? Because me, it's my legs. Like I cannot stand the way my butt and my legs look like. It's literally, I say it all the time. It's tiny and short, but there's a lot of extra skin stuffed in there, guys. It's like a sausage in there. And so for me, I go through those moments where I'm like, oh, if I just got these removed, maybe I'd be. But then I'm happy already, and then I get like, do I want the pain? And so I just want to know what.
Okay, well, you know, it was when I did have it done, it was a relief, but it was also like when I posted a year after, it was like my journey started then to self-love. I started to love myself more because when I looked in the mirror, now I could see the image of what I thought should be reflecting back at me. And I didn't have the negative thoughts going here and pointing this out and that. I stood there and I was proud. Yes, I have the scar and it's badass. I love it. But you know, it's money well spent, and at any age you can do this. Now, I know, and like that's what I wanted to post about, because when I did my interview, we talked about it, but I didn't go into any of the details of the surgery. It's extensive surgery, like, and I was cut like from here and all the way through, as Patricia said, stern to stern. You were cut open, and that's a huge surgery to recover from, and it takes time. The recovery was extensive. It's 6 weeks, but the first 15 days I laid in bed. I could not. I had to walk hunched over like this,
Wow.
and I could not, because if you stretch up, like
It'll
you're in danger of ripping your stitches, right? So it was a very, and I have to sit in what they call the Fowler's position.
You just talked me out of it now.
No, but that's only 15 days, Nick. If you think
I don't do pain well. I'm a baby.
If you think about the amount of years that you're gonna look now, I'm gonna look in the mirror and see what I think should reflect back. It's so important. It's so important. So recovery surgery, they are a small amount of time. They're not your full life. So that's how I sort of looked at that. The pain, I went in very prepared for my surgery, like uber prepared for my surgery. I had meals prepped. I had people in line to help me with this, that, and the other. I had my husband on board cooking meals, which he doesn't do. And he did it. He had to do it for 3 weeks. Like, it was a team. I had my friend Patricia came. She helped me shower. These are things you need help with. You have a partner, he can help you. It's great. But honestly, it's the pain. I went in. I was prepared for the worst, and it wasn't that bad. Like, it's manageable. You can manage pain with pain medication. You listen to the suggestions of your surgeon. You do not overdo it, and you have to keep in mind that the recovery. A lot of people are expecting it to be like, oh, right away. But even in my video, and I said, I went in, I did my research. I expect to see these abs in about 6 months, not 6 weeks after, 6 months. Like, you have to prepare yourself that it does take time. Now, I'm still changing my body. You guys are drinking. I'm still changing it. And it's even getting more toned as we go along here. So, change is possible.
So I know you had said you had come in thinking you were just going to get the one surgery. And
Yeah.
did the doctor recommend getting the other one because he was already going to be doing the one? Was there a specific
Nope.
reason, or it was just because he's like, you know what? If you were going to do it, I hate to use the terms, go all. You know when you say,
Go all
oh,
in.
if I'm gonna put my points on something, I'm gonna make sure
Going
I
all
win
in.
all in. You know what I mean? Like I'm totally going all in. So was
Yeah,
that
we're
the
going all in.
idea?
No, it wasn't like that because he listened. Like this is the key. He listened to what I did not like about the certain body parts that I had, body parts. And he said that, if I just do the lower, what they call a tummy tuck or the panectomy, that's the lower apron, you take that off. I had a lot of excess skin in my rib area and my midriff. I don't know why. I just had I must have carried a lot of fat there and got rid of it during my weight loss journey. And he told me that he was the one who said, if I just cut the apron off, what I have to do is pull some of that skin up. And so it's going to emphasize the more of the part of your body that you don't like, this midriff that you were talking about. So it was all him that suggested this. And I was very grateful because I have a friend who just did the lower, and she's not as happy as I am with the final results. So I'm super glad I did it, and no regrets.
I always tell my mom, because I have this conversation with my mom often. I always tell my mom, maybe someday, if I can maintain my weight for a few years where I'm staying in this body shape and I'm not gonna, and I know this is something people say, what do you mean, Nick? It's like, yeah, I said body. Yeah, so yeah, if I can maintain this for a long period of time, I might consider it in the future because it does often bother me. Like it's not something that happens.
Yeah.
It's almost daily. It bothers me because I even asked Jean-Luc to buy myself girdles to help like pin stuff down because when I'm wearing certain shirts, I hate the way it looks.
And we did buy two because we were both curious.
Small.
They were way too small.
I couldn't even get my arms through it.
Like we literally tried to put them on, and I was like, "How did they?
Like, is this a straight jacket? Like, are you trying to like lock me up or something? Like, what's going on?" But yeah, like it's something that I've thought of. So that's why I like at least knowing someone who's done it. And I think what's cool about you, Jana, is that anybody watching tonight who's thinking about it, they know that I can reach out to Jana, and I have someone else.
And that's what I want to welcome anybody that has any questions or they want to talk to me about it. I'm an open book, guys. I am. I have been from day one about my surgery, and yeah.
Do you want to share how people can find you on Instagram? So if people are looking for you, how they can find you on there? I'm
WWDiva _ follow the leader. So I did put
follow the leader, follow the leader.
A lot of my skin removal surgery on Instagram. I didn't share it as much on Facebook. That's more for like family and people from. And I didn't share a ton of it on WW's Connect page because I'm going to be honest, a lot of the times the posts are removed.
Yeah, probably people. Yeah, yeah. Which is, but you know what? I think it's a valid conversation. That's why we brought it up tonight because. As much as some people are probably thinking, well, I'm okay with my skin. I look
at it this way.
Which is fine.
I look at it this way. I do not want to be judged for being a gay male. I don't think anybody should be judged for making the decision to have skin removed from their body because that is their decision to make.
Or the decision not to. Either way.
Not to. It's everybody. It's a personal journey. And being really understanding. And you know what? I love that Jana did the research.
Yeah.
And I would recommend anyone who's interested or curious about it to do the research, to reach out to a counselor even and talk to someone about it because some people can make that decision on the spot. I know Jana, it was already in her mind. She was ready to make that decision herself. Yeah. Some people might need to talk to somebody about something like this.
Yeah.
And make
and
sure
I'll
that
just warn you, plastic surgery is just like tattoos. It's addictive.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. There's
Believe me, I already have 3 spots I want to fix. Like I already have my list. I'm like this, and this. I'm like right here.
I got one more, and it's a biggie. But
I don't want to be able to do wah anymore. Wah. Like I want to be able to like just be like not see this anymore. It's the spot that bothers me the most is I had very large man boobs. I guess I'll call them when I was bigger, and so
they're moobs.
Yeah, moobs. I had and it's something that's really haunts me now, even as now when I don't have a shirt on. I would love to go to a beach and be able to just have and not have that there, but it's not.
Oh, it's liberating as hell. Let me tell you.
I still take my shirt off, though. I've actually been able to get through. We've both been able to get through the fear of taking our shirts off with the way we look, because we've kind of got over it because we did it once. We're like, okay, we did it once. We're good now. Like, if anybody cares, then it's their own problem. They can walk away.
I say it this: we can't let other people's thoughts
Dictate our journeys,
right?
No.
So
And like it's liberating to be able to wear absolutely anything I want, put everything on in my closet. You know, it looks good. It looks good. I feel great. The confidence to walk out there and you put your shoulders back. A funny story. Last summer we had a lot of Zoom calls when we first went with Zoom, and I have a cabin that my family owns, and we used to have some Zoom meetings with our territory manager, and they happened on a Saturday, Sunday, once in a while, middle of the day, just when everybody can kind of when it's not working and get together, and it was just half an hour. But anyway, we had this meeting on a Saturday, and I was up late, so I just logged in on my phone, and here I log in, and there's like Kevin O'Brien's there, and all like these big wigs from WW, and here's Jana in her two-piece bikini.
Hi, I'm at my meeting.
Lounging. There's like fans behind you.
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
Hi.
They could have warned me, right?
Yeah, it would have been nice to know, but hey, this is.
So I just invited Patricia and the round table.
I think
here.
you guys know each other.
I think you both know each other. Hi,
Yeah,
Patricia.
we work together.
I know. Hi, Patricia.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi guys,
Patricia.
how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I am doing really well. I'm just working on a pet blanket.
Oh, cool.
I can't just talk to you guys and ignore my dear friend Jana. I'm so proud of you. And I'm getting emotional
Why?
because you know me, Jana.
I-
No, something came up at our workshop today, and it comes up all the time, and I have to address it again. And Jana and I are perfect examples to talk about this. Again, someone was talking about how terrible they feel because of what other people can do and what they can't do, and they're not happy with their journey, and they're comparing themselves to others.
Yeah.
Jana and I are like night and day in so many ways. Like I met her she was already well into her journey when I joined WW. And we became friends very quickly, and and good friends. We're also co-workers now, and we've done lots together, but we do lots separate. And if I compared myself to Jana, I probably would have slit my wrists or my throat by now. But no, really, because
she's gonna tell you why.
Because Jana and I can't compete the same ways, but we are both still very successful on our journey. And Jana being able to do some things is wonderful. There's things I can do that Jana can't do.
Oh, I can't crochet.
But even activity-wise, there's different things. And the way I do posts, she has her way, but she was telling me today, how do you do that with the guys every day? Like I'm never that organized. And just the way we've done our journey, we've always supported each other. We've never judged each other, and no one else should. Use people use your friends as a backbone and not as a measuring tape. Because you know what? We're all successful in different ways. Like, for example, Jana was mentioning her nurse, and that was me. I came home from Cuba and didn't even unpack. I had a bag ready, and I just headed to Jana's. And so you see, Jana could never take care of me if I decided to have surgery. I'd have to train her. But so you see, everybody has different skills. So people, stop knocking yourselves down.
And you know what, Patricia?
Exactly.
I want to say something because there's a term when I worked at a restaurant. My manager used this term all the time, and this goes to your journey, and it's called aces in your places. So on a busy Friday night, he knew he needed to be in each station, on the pizza station, in the salads, in this. Everybody who had the best skill was in that station because guess what? That's how things would go flow. So don't forget, you are an ace in your own station. You can be that champion. That's why
no other station is better than any other station.
No.
They're all just as valid.
They're all equally as good.
It kills us when people compare their journey to others. It really destroys because for us, it was one of the major things that caused us not to be successful for 6 years. It was a constant comparison between each other.
And we never did it out loud.
We did. We did sometimes.
Oh, a lot of times it was in my head.
No, but we also I lost this, or I gained, and then we'd be like, oh, I win this week, haha. It was those kinds of comments that we made that, it was a joke, but deep down inside, he probably still felt, oh crap, I did gain. And he is losing more than I am. And that actually was mostly the other way because I was going to say it was totally me that lost a lot less than him.
I hated weighing in after him because he'd go sit down and then how'd you do? And I'd always have to tell him he'd be up or wouldn't lose and I'd be down again. And it's
relate with that, Jean-Luc, because I'm the kind of person she was like, that's what she said, and she said it was horrible because I would lose like every week, and here's how much you down? 3.6, and I kind of felt bad telling somebody, and I go, how about you? And she'd be like, 0.4.
It's a tough balance. It's a tough balance, right?
It doesn't matter because eventually you're gonna get there. It doesn't, and I said it this morning.
It's not a race, and I think that's the thing. It's not a race.
I'm saying, Jean-Luc, I don't want you guys and Nick to get me the wrong way. No, I don't compare myself to
Exactly. That's why we were saying we're agreeing with you. Like we were saying other people that we've seen out there. Like we see it all the time. We go to workshops all over the place. And we see it everywhere across both UK, North America and the UK. It happens everywhere.
The husband-wife situations where it's a husband-wife coming into the same, and they're trying. A lot of times, the wife is comparing themselves to their husband, and you can't do that. That's even two different sexes completely. Yeah. So the weight loss is going to be very different.
You can't compare your weight loss journeys of the past to where you are
now. Yes,
it's so important to focus on where you are
now.
And what's happening today.
Well, this is my best journey, though, Jana.
4 years ago.
This is my best journey.
This is my best journey.
Yeah. But no, it doesn't matter that if you started 4 years ago and you lost 8 pounds your first week, and then say this is your first weigh-in of your brand new journey, and you lost 3.8. So you're comparing that I've lost. You'd already have a defeated attitude. Because it's like, well, it wasn't as good as the last time.
But there's no such thing as a good. Any loss is good, and I think that's the thing, and I think that's what the comparisons do. Is that because we compare ourselves so much, we can never appreciate what we succeed at. We're so afraid that, and it's not just, it's both ways. It's people, and I can tell you right now in this room, there's people that feel both ways. There's people that lose slow who feel defeated when people lose a lot. So they don't want to share their small amounts because they feel like, oh, my amount's not big enough. I'm not going to share it because it's not as big as theirs. But then there's the people who lose a lot who hear the other people and they're like, oh, I don't want to share it today because I keep saying every week I'm losing a lot, and they're saying, oh, wow, you lost a lot again and I'm not. And then it's affecting both people in a way that's negating their journey. It's hurting both people. If we were all just honest and say we're not competing here, we're just all trying to do the same thing. You lost 3, I lost 0.6. Amazing. Let's keep going and supporting each other going forward.
And it's almost like looking at a percentage instead of a number is helpful.
Yeah.
And I have one more thing that I have to quickly say in regards to what you guys were talking about, the dance-a-thon. I've been talking with Antoinetta at classes about doing a body-thon.
Cool.
Guys, why don't you team up the power of 3 and all the body people will join in and we could do it as a fundraiser. We have a body step.
You can talk to her about it. We do talk to her quite often. We do work for her now. So
we kind of are employed by her a little bit now.
So we'll talk about that in a bit. It's definitely coming up that we're going to talk about. Yeah,
It's a great idea. I love it.
we love doing fundraisers. Like when we did the ones with
The
Epicure one that we did last Christmas, we had a lot of fun doing it. So we definitely want to do some more stuff.
And to do something that no one has to buy products,
Yeah.
but we can just raise money
in
for
some way.
the greater good.
And
It'd
we
be
have the
fantastic.
Zoom rooms between
Yeah.
you and Antonetta. We have
Yeah.
the Zoom.
Definitely.
So we'll definitely talk to her about it.
Thanks for the great idea,
Thanks,
Patricia.
Patricia.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
So I did want to actually talk about a body step now. I think first of all, one thing I want to touch upon, everyone.
Well, that kind of is like of a body,
a body
right?
step, right? Well, we'll count
It's
that.
not spelt the same way, but it sounds like it.
Sounds like it. So the reason that I wanted to talk about it first in terms that this week we kind of realized this is something that we never thought would happen for us. You know, look at your journeys, our journeys. We've been overweight from childhood. We were never the athletic people. To think that now we're actually teaching others to do step classes is insane for us.
Imagine 10 years ago, me right here, like.
I told him I should take a video clip of my lives and send it
An
back.
aerobics class, like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's insane.
Even just to say on a Sunday night that I'd be here hosting a
A live
show
show.
in my dining room
Yeah.
with 100 people watching.
with your husband and the
With my
cats.
husband and cats. Like, I mean, it's insane. But you know what, though, guys? It's what you put out.
Yeah.
We finally realized it. If you put out that energy, and you put out what
You catch the same energy back.
yeah, and you will never. If you don't make yourself vulnerable. I
Yeah.
know this is going to sound really funny, but when you are vulnerable, you learn a lot. You learn about yourself. You learn about the world around you. And those are experiences that you can never ever get if you don't do it,
Exactly.
right? If
Exactly.
you don't do it, if you don't try.
So I want to share with you guys something that we've made. So this is the sign for a body step. You guys can see our little caricatures. Yes, Keikos is doing step. And most likely, if you do the class with us,
You'll
Keikos,
see them running around.
they'll be walking around. They always are when we're doing our classes. So yes, Jean-Luc and I are becoming step instructors. It is a low intensity step class. And the way it works is you're basically coming in as a novice. We are teaching you 10 steps and then using these
10 moves.
10 moves. And then we're using these 10 moves throughout the entire class only. And so we're teaching you how to be a stepper. So if you've never done step before, you're actually going to learn how to be a stepper.
We also do want to reiterate, this is called a body step because
Yes.
a step is
Is
required
required.
to do this class. You need to have a step of some kind to do this class.
We've had a fean people say, oh, can I do it without a step? Then you'll want to do a body with Antonetta. If you want to do a class without a step, that's the class you would do because this class requires a step.
Right. And the thing is, too, is we do not expect no risers whatsoever
Yes.
on any of these steps. So it's just a very small step,
Yeah.
nothing too over the top. There is no jumping. There's no impact. There's none of the above.
Yeah.
We are moving fast,
Yes.
but we aren't jumping.
But we're having fun as well. It's all about having fun and you doing you, just like the body
Definitely.
mantra. You will be doing you at this class as well. And so we're offering free classes, 6 of them. So 4 of them are on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
And we heard by popular demand, we decided to offer 2 more classes on Sunday at 12 o'clock at
yes,
noon.
Naomi, we heard you. She's shaking. So yes, we added 2 Sunday classes, June 20th and June 27th at noon. So that also makes it easier for our West Coast.
Our West Coast people
Because that
can
was
join.
the second thing we got heard a lot of is that people on the West Coast couldn't join the 10 o'clock class.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody's gonna get to try. If you want to try the class, there's an email on screen right now, www.gays@gmail.com, or you can email Antonetta directly as well to get yourselves registered for the class. You have to email to get registered. That's how you get the link. So we're very excited, and I hope maybe Jana will try it someday.
I'm signed up for your
Yay! That's so cool.
But you said you do you. I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna have to modify it.
Sorry, I missed
You're
you.
cutting out. Say that again. You cut out on us there.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to make it a little higher intensity
Yeah.
to get a workout. And like
Yeah.
you said, you do you, right?
You do you.
Exactly,
You guys know
exactly.
your own capabilities as well. So.
Exactly. So we're very excited about it. It's something that is near and dear to us. So we can't wait to teach it. We've actually had a few people practice with us this week. That we've actually had a few people come in with us just to try it out. Just to we're
And I
still
will say
learning.
this,
We're still learning.
We did have an individual who had knee replacements and
tried
said
it.
was able to follow along very well.
Yes. So we actually tried out with someone who we tried it with. My mom does it every day with us now. My mom loves the class. She's like, she texts us like, "You're not doing a class today? Sorry, mom. It's our day off." "Oh, okay." She's like a sad face. Today? No, sorry, mom. Today? Yes, we'll do it after our workshop visits, mom. We'll call you when we're done. So my mom is obsessed with it now.
Yeah, and you know what, people, don't worry about, you're in the privacy of your home. So
That's
don't worry, you know, you can screw up and, you know, missteps, and who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll see us misstep too, because we don't know it perfectly. We're pretty good, but we're gonna make some mistakes. Well, we all do.
Even when we're practicing right now, like, oh crap, we messed up, guys. We got to restart. Like they're still learning, right? It's our first time. First of all, we created the class, and we're learning how to teach it for the first time. So it's really us trying to discover our own unique flavor, because we don't want to copy stuff we've seen in other classes either. We're trying to be original as well. So it's a whole process to get where we're at. But we're so excited. We can't wait to teach it. I mean, like, can't wait.
That doesn't happen quick enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you keep learning. Keep moving.
Exactly. So, Jana, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've loved you since the first day we walked into a workshop, and we're like obsessed with you, and we still are to this day. And we just love your energy, and we love seeing people share their stories openly, and
their entire
story. And we love that you share that. It's amazing to see that kind of commitment to sharing your story and helping people the way you do. So I'm just glad that we got to talk to you. We got to share your interview with everyone. And do you want to?
And I love how you even shared it out there, and I love how proud you are of yourself. Like, I know that sounds funny, and a lot of people, I love how proud you are of your journey, and that you want to share it, because we need to be proud of ourselves more often. It's okay.
Guys, like, I wasn't like this when I did other journeys before, like, and I went into that when we did our interview together. I hid how much weight I lost. I didn't tell people I was on WW. This time when I started this journey, I knew I had to change my mindset. I knew I had to do things absolutely different than I had done in the past on other weight loss journeys, not just WW, all of them. Because I used to like internalize things and keep them to myself, and very private. I wouldn't share things. And if people asked me, "Oh yeah, I'm lost a little bit of weight," like I would never tell them. Like I would never tell them how much I weighed. So I knew this last journey, I'll never leave WW now. I'm a lifer and will be. And I knew that I had to do this all differently. It had to be, because I had to change my mindset, because I knew that was the key to, like I said, I had no problem losing weight. It was the maintaining. I'd done it successfully, but never all of my life. So this is it.
We have a few people asking in chat about your workshops. Do you want to share your workshop time so people could come find you?
Sure. I'm a national coach on Sundays, so I have my own Zoom link. I do 11:30 Eastern, that's 10:30 Central, and you can find me on Zoom. It's CA Coach Jana W. If you type that into your Zoom link, you will get into my workshop from anywhere. And then I also coach in the Winnipeg group with my good friend Marcia, and her and I coach. So you have to join the Winnipeg group in Connect, and I coach Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Central. So that's 7 p.m. Eastern time. But, of course, Zoom opens 30 minutes earlier. And guys, come to that 30 minutes earlier, because that's where all the magic happens. Especially if you need help, struggling, need advice, come and listen. It's great. You don't have to participate, but just to listen and hear other people. It's just like a regular workshop. I love the virtual platform. It's fantastic because I have gotten to meet so many people all across Canada. I never would have had the chance to. So I love it.
And Jana, you said something so important there. You don't have to fully participate. You can just go listen. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know how many people I've met who have told us, I used to be just a listener. Yeah. And they are now openly speaking on a regular basis because they realize how much it helps them and the power it gives them.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that power of community is so important.
Huge.
Fifth beneficial pillar.
Yeah. Woo-woo. And it's what saved me from what I went through last year.
Oh. Thank you so much, Jana.
Thank you so much. So it's so much fun having everyone here, and everybody in Zoom, please keep your hands up. We'll come back right after we actually end the feed. We'll come back to you guys to get your questions or your comments. And yes, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We don't have any guests for the next little while. We're actually going to be...
You're stuck with us.
Stuck with us.
By the beach.
Yeah, so we're not...
son of a beach.
So like we announced earlier,
I had to,
next weekend is our last time visiting workshops, virtual workshops, scheduled virtual workshops. It doesn't mean we're stopping visiting. We're just not going to be scheduling them. So we might pop into your workshop at some point if we, or decide to visit yours that day. But next Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to Saugus, Massachusetts, Columbus, Northwest Ohio, Mobile, Alabama, Greenwich, Connecticut, and Kinetic Tri-Cities, Washington on Saturday.
And on Sunday, we're in Hyde Park, New York. We're in Montreal, Canada. In English, Laverne, U.S., California, Downey, California, and then Silverdale, Washington.
So that's happening next week. A video came out yesterday on our YouTube channel about Halo Top ice cream. So if you guys have not seen it, go watch it. It's amazing ice cream. We also talked to you guys how we use it.
Salted caramel.
Next Saturday, we have a grocery haul video coming out. Grocery Haul 2021. We actually got a request on our YouTube channel to do this video, and so we actually did it, and it's coming out next Saturday. On June 12th, we are starting our body step classes, so send in your email if you guys want to join that class. And we are also
going live on Instagram on June 17th with June 18th, Friday, June 18th, with Digital 360 coach Jake.
Yes.
So if you guys have seen Jake, he is one of the new
Digital 360 coaches from
360 coaches. He's also, which is kind of funny, he used to be on a TV show Nick and I used to watch
called One Girl, Five
Gays on MTV.
Yes.
He was one of the gays from the One Girl, Five Gays. So it's going to be really weird because we've never really met him in person before, but we watched him for years.
A celebrity.
Yeah, we'll get to talk to him. We actually saw him at a concert.
Yeah.
We did see him at a concert once.
Yeah. So that's happening as well. And then on June 26th, we will have our next Have You Met with Kevin and Ashley. You guys know them. Kevin playing from his band.
Or I might know him as Woody.
Woody Whitburn.
Yeah, Woody.
And then we have them guesting on our fireside chat on July 4th. So that's what's coming up. And so I want to thank everyone for being with us here tonight.
I want to wish my hubby one last happy birthday from the weekend. His birthday was on Friday. He turned 38, and I can now say that he's officially older.
Yeah, I'm older.
I can't call him old because I'm still older than he is, but he's older.
I'm still 6 years younger.
He's still older.
All the time. I love it.
You're still getting older.
So again, you guys can find us. We changed our group name last week on Facebook. So if you look for our group, just look for The Wellness Warrior VIPs, Jean-Luc and Nick. You can also find our Facebook page, Jean-Luc and Nick, The Wellness Warriors, or find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, and connect at the WB Gays.
You can also visit our website, jeanlucandnick.com. Don't forget to check out our new blogger, Bill. He posted his first blog last week, which was
so many people have been commenting on it.
Amazing. I am looking forward to his next one already. It's just incredible. Yeah. Also, find all our recipes at jeanlucandnick.com/recipes. You know I love letters, except for I don't like the complicated ones like Rosie and Kim said me. I like letters that people write me real letters, like people that I could read.
I think we need a disclaimer.
I need to clarify to those.
Disclaimer, a little star, like the spine checks and insurance policies, right?
P.O. Box 91152. You see it right there on the screen.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love you all. See you next week.
Have a great week.